Hello, my name is Shirley Self, and I'm here to talk astrology, and tonight I wanted to talk about Chiron. Now here is the birth chart, or as you might say, the discovery chart of Chiron. Let me get that back a little so you can see all of it. The data on this chart is 10 a.m. November 1st, 1977 in Pasadena, California. It was discovered from a photograph. Got the Neptune right there in your 12th house. Let me cover this because it might not be too clear on the picture there. Here's Chiron down here at 3 Taurus 08. Here's Neptune here in 14 Sag 33. That's Mercury 17 Scorpio 46. That's Uranus 11 Scorpio 55. That's the Sun at 9 Scorpio 12. That's Venus at 19 Libra 29. Pluto at 15 Libra 03. The midheaven is 13 Libra 52. Saturn over here at 29 Leo 07. Mars 2 Leo 26. The Moon 12 Cancer 31. Jupiter 6 Cancer 01. Okay, it's an very interesting shape to this horoscope here. This is not quite a bucket because this is not an opposition over here. It's an inconjunct. But whether you want to call it a fan or a bucket or a funnel, and funnel really fits, here is the focal point. Here is the handle. Here is the release point of all of this. And giving you some indication of the power of Chiron, let's look at these powerful planets. The ascendant, for instance, is at the 26 degrees Sag of the galactic center, the powerful energy that pulls us toward the future. Neptune is in its own house. Mercury is happily conjunct Uranus, which is exalted. The Sun in Scorpio is square to Mars, waning square to Mars, but is in mutual reception with Mars, and so can occasionally, when it wants to, pretend that it is in Leo, as the Mars can pretend that it is in Scorpio, and works quite well. It gives both of them a tremendous versatility. The Venus is in 19 Libra 29, and the month before, in October, there was a total eclipse of the Sun at 19 Libra 24. And so this Venus is very powerful here and rules the Pluto, which is on the midheaven. The Saturn at 29 Leo is in a critical degree. Mars is blessed by being mutual reception with the Sun and is in its own house. The Moon in Cancer, in its own sign, is conjunct Jupiter, hooray, which is exalted. Chiron here is in the 4th house, is the only Earth sign here. Neptune, Mercury, and Venus are all in the Taurus Dwads, further emphasizing the Venus nature of this whole thing. The Sabian symbol for Chiron for Taurus is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And I was fascinated to see how well this horoscope illustrates the myth of Chiron. First of all, he's a centaur, a half horse, half man, which is Sagittarius, the image of Sagittarius. He was a product of a rape. Venus is conjunct Pluto up there on the midheaven, which is the house of the mother, the angle of the mother. Usually the mother is up there. Sometimes the father is up there. And you can't be sure until you've looked at the life the person has lived. But that very much fits the rape of the nymph by the father, Mars, in the house of sex. In Leo, I take what I want. So, and both parents rejected him. And the sun is up here on the cusp of the house of alienation or perfection, whichever you want. He was virtually alienated from the herd. All the other centaurs, they were a crude, rough bunch. A crude, rough bunch. And eventually brought Chiron's demise. So Chiron, having no parents that gave a damn about him, was raised by Apollo, here the sun, in the house, ruling the house of the mentor. This is also the house of the mentor. And given him a fine education, which is ruled by this Uranus, Mercury-Uranus, over there. Giving him, and the Mercury also rules this civilizing house, the sixth house. Oh, and he was also a master musician. Notice the Neptune rules the third house of his basic training. And so music and healing and civilization and methods of reaching, methods of communicating, methods of relating, methods of achieving unity are all made possible here by this Chiron. So Chiron was well taught and taught, was a master. He himself, the sun here, it was a mentor to heroes. He taught Jason, he taught Heracles, and sons of kings. He had a family. He had a wife and a daughter. He had a wonderful life until one day they all went to a wedding, and the centaurs went to the wedding, and the centaurs started a big hoorah and started raping and pillaging and things like that. And Chiron, trying to break it up, was hit by a poisoned arrow in the ankle. Uranus, or Aquarius, rules the ankle. And this was a poison he could not heal. He could heal others, but he could not heal himself. And so he lived in chronic pain. Now we've got the Mercury in Scorpio ruling this house of sickness, health, and ruling also the seventh house. And that is often an indication of a chronic condition. Opportunity came for Chiron to die. He sacrificed himself to free Prometheus or Uranus. Prometheus stole fire from the gods and really pissed off Jupiter. So Jupiter had him tied to a headland, and a large vulture came every day and ripped out his heart and ate it. And every night the heart, or ripped out his liver, I'm sorry, Jupiter rules the liver. And every night that liver grew back. And so Chiron traded places. He virtually freed Uranus, or Prometheus, to be achievable by humans. So Uranus, Prometheus means foresight. And what the fire he stole was the use of the imagination. So Chiron freed us up to become civilized by the use of our own imaginations. So that's the birth chart of Chiron. It's a beautiful thing indeed. And I want to show you next Chiron on the Kabbalah.